And a peek into the locker room. Players soaking in the last few moments before the game. Some final preparations here. Welcome, sports fans. Thank you for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. Now the starting group for the Houston Rockets. Smith plays the 4 with Şengün at the 5. Then it's Green, then it's Miller, and it's Wright in at the point guard position. And for the Celtics, at small and power forward, it's Tatum and Porzingis. Drew Holiday out there with Jaylen Brown. And it's G in at the 5. Well, we got an old-fashioned matchup on our hands tonight, Grant. Two teams who deploy impactful big men.
Yeah, B.A., and in a league where perimeter play so often is the deciding factor, tonight I expect this to be a slugfest inside.
And here's Holiday. Turned in an outstanding game against Milwaukee, and he gets that one.
In the paint, Holiday's agility makes him tough to contain. He just needs a little space to go to work.
Holiday against Wright. Pass to Miller. Shot from 12. Boston with a rebound. For 3, Porzingis. Smith with the rebound. And here are the Rockets. Green up top. Wright outside. And it's good. 2 points.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now here's Holiday. Over Wright. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
Here's Smith, providing this team some offensive stability. A little over 10 points a game. 5 to shoot. Here's Wright. Uses the glass on the layup. Wright's got his second bucket on the night.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Foul. Miller. First personal foul. First team foul.
Well, the past few years, Jason Tatum has made a concerted effort to attack the rim.
B.A., he has gotten stronger. He has gotten more aggressive. Even with his offhand, Tatum is now special at finishing around the rim. You love this about him. He methodically attacks his weaknesses in order to become complete.
And he makes a first.
From the moment Jason Tatum stepped into this league, he has been a guy who has wanted the burden offensively, and he has delivered.
And so Tatum nails both of them.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work, and it pays dividends.
Wright against Holiday. Smith outside. Pass to Miller. Green with the ball. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Brown. And he gets the friendly roll as that one goes.
Not surprised to see that. I mean, Green busting on the defender, and he makes a lot of contested shots.
To the paint. The shot no good. Brown with some nice D. G passes to Brown. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Wright. Here's Miller. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Porzingis 7-3 says not here and not now.
Right outside. Smith outside. Sends it home from three-point land.
Oh, you talk about guys close to 7 feet, and Smith is one of the best from deep.
Outside Porzingis. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum.
And that's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Timeout called. Houston. Doris, you think about how the Celtics are built. They make shrewd personnel choices year after year.
They have historically drafted very well. I think the challenge for the Boston Celtics and all organizations, the new implications of the salary cap and player personnel deal. Building teams may look different going forward.
Put your hands together.
About halfway through the season, let's take a look at the standings out west.
Entertainment.
You take a look at the Rockets. They've put together the 6th best record in the conference.
When I look at the Rockets, they've stayed within arm's length of the conference leaders. That in itself is an accomplishment at this point in the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as the season winds down.
And he hits it and gets hacked. A 3-point chance here if he can convert.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Well, Doris, we're officially in the thick of it now. A big chunk of the season in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, no time to look back either, BA. What's done is done. The teams that learn from everything that's happened to this point and then continue to make adjustments and enhance what they do well, those are the teams you usually see make extended runs.
And so it's Holiday who brings up the ball for the Celtics. Trailing by 5. G's shot is good.
Putting his court vision on full display. Holiday plays the role of floor general pretty effectively.
Right, the pass to Smith. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Drops in the 3.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And Holiday takes this responsibility seriously. When someone is open on his squad, he gets it to him.
Outside, Green. Misses the 3. The Celtics have gone 4 of 6 in the first quarter. Brown scanning the floor. And there's the lob. Alley-oop up top. Hammer it home.
Boy, what a pass by Jaylen Brown. Probably one of his most improved areas.
Right outside. Goes up and lays it in. Nice and easy. Wright's got 6.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
And Boston calls time here. Well, Doris, when he's off the court, Jaylen Brown is an outspoken advocate for education.
What I love about Jaylen, B.A., is that he's about so much more than basketball. This young man has a passion for learning. It's a very admirable cause he has tried to be outspoken for. You love the superstar level effort between the lines and outside the lines.
White, he's checked in for Holiday. And let's check in on the rookies making an impact with their passing. Here's White. He chipped in with 13 points in his last game. Pass to Porzingis. Off the mark there with a 3.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Green, the pass to Wright. Smith outside. No good with the triple.
That's his shot. And one, I'm sure, he wants back.
White with it, guarded by Smith. Porzingis passes to G. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Woo, hard work creating the second chance opportunity.
White against Wright, and the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen. Let's see some of the numbers here for him.
And he's been outstanding offensively as of late. These last 5 games, he's been a beast at the offensive end. A different level score than he had been earlier in the season. Let's see if he can keep it up.
Now White, he's been a consistent contributor, averaging just over 11 a game. And the shot goes in.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Right wing. Şengün in the post. No made baskets yet.
First personal foul, second team foul. At the line for the Rockets, Alperen Şengün taking 2 shots.
And he drops him first. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Boston trailing. Here's G, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a 3-point play here.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for Boston.
Well, great play down low. I mean, you expect the defense to adjust, collapse maybe, but that should open up things on the perimeter later in the game.
Yeah, what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
Houston has gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
That's already this guy's second foul now. He's either going to have to sit or play a bit more conservatively.
Outside Tatum. The kick out to White. To the inside, Porzingis, basket counts. Porzingis has got his second bucket of the night.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Wright against White. Wright, the pass to Smith. Here's Green. Good D by Porzingis.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Outside White. Outside Brown. And that one no good to start off the night. The Rockets trail. Here's Miller. Porzingis grabs the board.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
And he'll take a trip to the line for two. Clearly got fouled on that shot. And there's the foul against Houston.
At the line,
the first free throw is good. And so he hits both.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Down low. Here's Green. Oh, the offensive struggles continue. Missing again. White against Wright. White, the pass to Porzingis. Here's G. And the rebound paying off as they pick up two on the second chance bucket right there.
They're playing with a lot of energy tonight. We can see that in their dominance on the glass.
Now here's Wright. Playing Detroit, he was nearly unstoppable. Şengün passes to Green. Shot clock at 6. Shot on the wing. And he hits the jump shot. Green's got 7.
And this is Green's role, an active scorer who doesn't lack confidence firing from the mid-range.
And Boston calls time here. They defeated Milwaukee in their last game.
And we all know that on the road, you don't usually look so comfortable on the offensive end. But that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
Horford's checked in for Boston. Pritchard comes in for Jaylen Brown. These are not the teams to challenge at the rim. The best in the NBA in shot blocking. The fourth spot held by the Celtics.
They're quick to help each other, and they have some tremendous athletes with a nose for the ball.
Here's Tatum. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. And the Celtics lead by 8.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
Pass to Şengün. G with a rebound. G's got his 6th rebound on the night. It's stolen by Wright. Now here's Şengün. Shoots over Horford. That one off the back iron and out. White, the pass to G. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
And early on, they've been on a tear, just getting whatever they want offensively.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Now here's Sengun. He's been an offensive weapon for them, scoring around 17.5 points a game. Blocked!
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Houston has gone 2 of 5 from deep. Now here's Wright. He's guarded closely. He's got it. 4 for 4 now. He's automatic.
This right here, whew, this is how you want to play the game. With passion, with energy. Just great hustle play right there.
And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Green, the pass to Sengun. Horford with some nice D.
I'll tell you, it's been a struggle for him in this period, and they're struggling as a result.
Pass to Pritchard.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Green against White. Here's G. Whoa!
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
And that replay courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Kick. Now that we're into the new year, how about a check on the Eastern Conference standings? You look at Boston, what a season thus far for them. 2nd place in the conference.
Well, for the Celtics, I recall them having a lot of naysayers at the start of the season, but now they may not have any. This team is ready for a deep playoff run.
Well, this is their goal. There's no doubt about that. For what many expected of them so far, they have not disappointed.
Now here's White. Pass to Horford. Clock is at 3. Here's Pritchard. Good, and it's Horford who picks up the assist. And the Celtics lead by 13.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
And Grant, you look at the longevity of Horford's career. He's done a great job reinventing himself.
You know, B.A., he added the 3 to his game once he hit 30, and that has extended his career by changing how he plays. He still can be an X factor on any given night.
Timeout called. Houston. And the players take this opportunity to get some Gatorade. Getting some fluids in you is so important during these timeouts. Get fresh, keep those batteries charged.
Yeah, without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a ball game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have to be hydrated.
Houston making some changes. Miller's checked in for Sengun. Brooks comes in for Green. And Van Vliet is subbed in for Wright. 1:09 left to play in the first quarter. Thompson finds Van Vliet. Now Brooks. He's guarded by White. Pass to Miller. That one falls. His second make in 5 attempts.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
Up top, Tatum. Adams covering. And they get it back.
This is one of the toughest bigs in the league. Steven Adams challenging opponents defensively. Nicely done.
Thompson passes to Brooks. Van Vliet scanning the floor. The 3 is up. Boston with a rebound. G's got 9 rebounds now. To the middle. Tatum. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Tatum's got his second basket of the night.
And this defense needs to turn the screws and ramp up the intensity. They're looking a little loose out there right now.
Van Vliet with it. So far, he's averaging 11 points a game. Fires from deep. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Boston Celtics in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. Welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a very convincing performance from the Celtics so far.
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
So it's the Rockets now. It's a 13-point game. They defeated Detroit in their last game.
Yeah, they were able to execute offensively in a hostile environment, which led to a lot of high-percentage shots.
Well, I'm sure they're still enjoying that one. You love going into a tough building, tough place to play, and shooting the lights out. Nothing like silencing the crowd.
So the Houston 5 right now. Smith plays the 4 with Şengün at the 5. Then it's Thompson, then it's Green, and it's Wright in at the 1. Smith in the high post. Wright finds Şengün. And it's Thompson that time on the assist by Şengün. Thompson's got 4 points in the quarter.
We see a taste of Thompson's ridiculous athleticism, keeping his body under control while taking a hit.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, Jaylen Brown has shown steady development over his career. He said, quote, every year presents different challenges. I think that's the fun part about basketball, that it's not the same. You got to be flexible, you got to be durable, and you have to be able to grow with the game. Brian?
Allie, he keeps getting better and better. Thanks for that. Good stuff. Here's Green. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
And for Green, it's about trying to be consistent. He has talent, and he needs to play to his strengths.
Well, Grant, you've been the up-and-comer, but you've also played the role of the veteran. What's the key to that latter stage?
You know, B.A., your contributions as a veteran are felt just as much with your leadership as they are with your numbers. So sharing what you've learned with those younger players on the way up is so important.
First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Green. Boston with the ball. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. They're getting their first look of the season at the Rockets in this one.
It was surprising they lost both games to this team last year. You would have thought the opposite.
Well, this is where the powerful frame and explosive athleticism of Jaylen Brown becomes a problem for the opponent. Nicely done.
Here's Green. The Celtics making their last shot. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Şengün. And Porzingis with the block.
I'll tell you what, they've been aggressive and they've been physical.
Okay, do it, KP.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
Wright against Holiday. Wright with the bucket. Wright's got 10 points.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Brown against Green. Brown can't hit.
A perfect example of how to protect the rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes. What a big-time asset defensively.
Very clever how he creates space against the bigger defender.
I'll tell you, the analytics crew may not like the mid-range, but sometimes you just got to put it in the basket.
Holiday, soft touch off the glass.
Yeah, that's some flashy stuff from Holiday. I mean, those moves give confidence that carry over into your shot.
Pass to Şengün. Over Porzingis. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds in the game.
Just can't find a shot. It's no wonder they're losing. I mean, he's been completely scoreless all night. Well, that's 2 fouls on him early. He'll have to be careful not to pick up another one.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And the Celtics in possession here. They've got a 9-point lead. Holiday from long range. Here's Horford. Horford gets it done inside.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Outside, Green. Smith outside. Wright against Holiday. Wright with the bucket. Wright's got 4 points in the quarter.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Count it.
They're winning the battle down low by imposing their will.
For Houston, they've gotten 5 of 7 shots to go in the second. Holiday against Wright. Pass to Thompson. Rebounded by the Celtics.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And that one's good. Porzingis.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the rock inside and convert.
Right outside. Smith left side. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside Holiday. Back to Porzingis. Shoots over Şengün. Ooh, stolen by Smith. Back comes Houston in transition. Shoots from 14. Big finish in transition from Green.
Boy, this guy has been terrific. The rest of the team, however, struggling.
It's been a career of ups and downs for Porzingis, but he seems to have found himself now, Bills.
Well, let's think about the start of his career with the New York organization. He was off to a tremendous start. Then the injury sets in, and obviously there's a physical and mental battle you've got to overcome. But boy, now that he's moved on, he is starting to become a force.
And it's the Rockets with the ball, following the bucket by the Celtics.
The rebounding numbers make it obvious why they're in front.
Well, they've absolutely dominated that category in this one, and it's reflected in the score. Well, a good first quarter leads to a dynamite second period.
Right outside. Pass to Smith. Shoots over Horford. A nice shot by Smith. Smith's got 5 points.
Define the inside resistance. Such a high motor play from Smith.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Fans, please give a big round of applause for your Celtics Youth Dance Team.
changes. Eason's checked in for Smith. Miller comes in for Thompson. And Van Vliet is subbed in for Green. And the Celtics in possession here. Outside Holiday. Pass to G. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. Holiday's got his 5th assist in this one. And here's Van Vliet. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Down by 15. From 12 feet. G with a rebound.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Tatum passes to G. And he banks in the layup. G's got 4 points in the quarter.
They're really working the paint now.
For Houston, they've gotten 7 of 13 attempts to go here in the second. Right, pass to Eason. Here's Miller. Pass to Van Vliet. Let's go with a 3. Fires in the triple.
Rise and fire in the catch and shoot. Fred Van Vliet ready and willing.
Boston's gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Holiday passes to G. And the layup is good off the glass. G's got 25 points in the game.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Stolen by Van Vliet. Eason inside. Tatum's there. Here's Miller. Rebounded by the Celtics. Pass to G. On the wing, Holiday. Here's G. Hounded by Wright. And he gets it to go. He's got 27.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
And the layup falls. Here's Brown. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And the other thing, guys, he really got after it on the backboards. What a complete game for this guy.
Now here's Holiday. 16-point lead. 6 on the shot clock. And the officials will call the illegal screen here. And with this pause, let's take a look at the teams that have generated the most offense on the break this season. The Rockets, second.
And make no mistake, this team loves to get out and run. Whenever they see space to leak out and score fast, they go strong.
White against Van Vliet. Lets the 3 fly. And the Rockets hit again from deep.
How about Fred Van Vliet, the ability to carve up the defense on the dribble drive. Nice.
Here's G, defended by Şengün. Holiday passes to White. Oh, through contact. White gets the finish.
I love this game plan. That's 10 points in a row from in close.
Grant, your first year in the league, 1995, the Houston Rockets were NBA champs.
Oh, B.A., I mean, Hakeem the Dream made facing that team a nightmare. He was everywhere defensively, long and quick on his feet. That 95 Houston team was incredible.
Now here's Holiday. 6 points for him. Pass to G. Şengün with a steal. And here's Eason, pounded by Tatum. Deflected.
How about the defense from Holiday? Reading the play and using his defensive instincts to swat it back.
Tatum against Eason. Ooh, rugged finish from Tatum.
That defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
Houston has gone 5 of 10 from beyond the three-point line in this game. Van Vliet outside. Fires for 3. Boston with a rebound. Brown's got 4 rebounds in the game. Van Vliet against White. Inside. Ooh, Tatum taking flight.
Well, if you leave someone that wide open, Derek White will put it on time and on target.
Van Vliet outside. Pass to Wright. Late clock. Houston's got to hurry. Three-pointer, Van Vliet.
That's anticipation on the defensive end by Derek White. Send it back, young sir.
And so Brown will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. White against Van Vliet. It's White with a drive. The shot, no good. Good D by Şengün. Houston has got 3 of 5 to fall from beyond the three-point line in the second. Here's Van Vliet. That one goes in. Van Vliet's got 8 points in the quarter.
He's finally leaving that dismal first quarter behind him. Took him a while to get going.
Pass to G. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 8 assists here tonight.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
Light up top. He's covered by Holiday. Here we go. Here's Tatum. Count the basket. Tatum's got 12 points in the game.
We know we're talking about a skilled scorer in these open floor situations. Jason Tatum knows where to be.
And so it's the Boston Celtics with an impressive 16-point lead heading into the break. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you do it. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Well, Jason, you hold the lead going into halftime. What's been your advantage so far?
For most of the half, we were really good defensively. We let our foot off the gas a little bit, so we got to do a better job.
Keep the pedal to the metal, guys.
Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Out in front of the half is Boston. They're leading by 16. Kenny, give us your take.
They were in such a groove that entire first half, especially on the offensive end. Good play calling, good execution, and by and large, they take great shots.
Shaq, how'd you think the Rockets were playing?
Shooting percentage they allow was through the roof. The coach should absolutely be ripping into the defense. You need to take some pride on the other end. Just lock it in. Lock it in. Lock it in.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. The Rockets shooting the ball at 46% from the floor. The star wing pair, it's Brown and Tatum outside. Then it's Kristaps Porzingis. Then it's Derek White, and it's G in at the 5 spot. That's the Boston 5.
Nice touch on both ends of that alley-oop.
Hey, when he let go of the pass, I had no idea what he was going for. Here's Tatum. Here's G. And he battles for the ball, gets the second chance bucket. G's got 31.
And attacking a somewhat helpless defense right now. Just a relentless effort.
Well, you love that there's no let-up in how they're playing. They want to dominate every aspect, including second-chance points.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
The Celtics are battle-tested, and asked what comes from that experience, Jaylen Brown said, quote, poise. Being able to see and read the game. Our offense has been able to take leaps by understanding the game and what they want to take away and just letting the game decide. Yeah?
Yeah, that's been the key. Thanks, Allie. Now here's Wright. 6 to shoot. Beyond the arc. Count that one. He's 8 for 10 from the field now.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Brown against Green. Pass to G. And the call will be against Alperen Sengun. That's his first foul of the game.
He didn't have his feet planted.
The Celtics making a switch here. Holiday is checked in.
Drew Holiday.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Ooh, poked away. Clock at 6, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Just 5 on the clock. Tatum from long range. They grab their own miss. And a moment to check out who the Boston Celtics have coming up. On Monday, they kick off a road trip in Toronto, where they'll take on the Raptors. And then on Wednesday, the San Antonio Spurs come to town, kicking off a homestand for them.
And that game against Houston, they obviously have the upper hand coming into that one. But don't expect a blowout. It could turn into a real battle.
And he makes the first. Both shots good from the strike. When talking about the Celtics, you'd have to say they have a unique 1-2 punch, Grant.
Yeah, I mean, think about it, B.A. To have Tatum on one wing and Brown on the other, that's a potent combination. And what a luxury for Boston. They complement each other so well.
Now here's Brown, an important scorer for this team, averaging around 25 and a half a game. Here's Porzingis. Up and in on the layup. Porzingis has got 17 points.
Kristaps Porzingis, with that release point and that size, difficult to check in the painted area.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Wright against Holiday. Wright, the pass to Green. Fires at the elbow, and he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. He's got 7.
Using that big frame of his inside, Smith has what it takes to be a major presence in the paint.
Right up top. He's covered by Holiday. Pure. That's basket number 9 on 12 tries.
Yeah, just doing his part. Staying active and converting at a high rate.
And he has really kept them in this one. The high effort level. Now the rest of the team has got to step up.
Got a piece of it. And here we go. The Rockets in transition. And he goes in for the dunk.
Oh, I love this guy. Even when they're trailing, he works hard to put on a show.
Hey, that might be just what they need right now. There's the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, capturing the moment. Pass to Porzingis. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. Porzingis has got 7 points here in the quarter.
You get the sense his teammates recognize Kristaps Porzingis is in rhythm. Let's keep feeding him.
Green for 3. Another 3 from Houston.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now here's Brown. Left side Holiday. Back to Brown. 5 on the clock. The baseline J is off the mark.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Well, the final minute of a game can take up to 20 minutes of real time or longer. Is that something the league needs to look at, Doris?
You know, B.A., I think they've already tried to do that. They've already changed some of the timeout situations. Some of the reviews come directly from Secaucus while game action is going on. The fact of the matter is there will always be strategy implementation late game that's going to extend the duration. I think the league has already addressed it to the degree they can.
And the first one at the line is good. Thompson, he's checked in for Smith. And so he makes both from the line. And it's Holiday with the ball for the Celtics. Earlier in the game, they led by 19. Tatum works through the defense inside.
Well, this guy is used to scoring in tight situations with bodies around him. How about Jason Tatum maintaining his concentration?
Right, the pass to Şengün, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for two. And during the last month's worth of play, here are the top rebounding squads in the league. The fourth spot held by the Rockets.
And last month, this team was active on the glass. Really put forth an effort to box out and track down misses.
And he drops the first. That one's no good. Boston's gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Brown, rebounded by Green. Green's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Miller. Thompson outside. Over Porzingis. And another miss by Houston.
Because of his quick reactions, he was able to stay with the opponent and contest the shot.
And this is the key. In this game, you've got to be able to move your feet to be successful on the defensive end.
And granted, a deal that came down to the wire this summer. The Celtics got their man, Kristaps Porzingis.
Oh, yes, they did, B.A. As tough as it was to give up Marcus Smart for Boston, a chance to balance their roster and acquire a two-way tower in his prime.
Now here's Holiday. He's got 6. And an emphatic jam on the lob.
Woo! I just love that alley-oop slam, B.A.
Defense disorganized, defense pays. Right outside. The shot won't fall. Some solid defense from Holiday. To the inside. Gee, no good.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chipping.
In close, Green puts it in.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
And Boston calls time here.
You know, my guess right now is Coach wants to talk over this turnover issue. And it seems like they've been trying to force things a bit and need to find a steady rhythm offensively.
changes for Boston. Now Horford's checked in for Porzingis. Hauser comes in for Jaylen Brown. And it's White in for Holiday. Pass to White. Outside Tatum. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
That is just tremendous focus from Jason Tatum. This guy has gotten so good at walling off defenders and finishing plays.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Yeah, they've done a great job of challenging every shot they can. Their totals in the block column are a result of that aggression.
Second chance points have also been a big part of what's happened in this game. Crashing the boards with authority, turning those opportunities into second chance points. Boy, big time on the offensive glass.
Down low. Pass to White. Ooh, here's White on the drive.
Off the dribble drive slash Derek White. Boy, I'll tell you what, taking no prisoners on that finish.
Right against White. Right, pass to Şengün. Here's Hauser. Still no points. To the paint. Here's G. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And the Celtics lead by 18. For Houston, they've gone 8 of 13 in the second half. Pass to Miller. Shoots over Horford. Got it from about 16 feet. Miller's got 14.
Well, it doesn't get much easier than that. Even a decent shooter is going to make that with no pressure.
White against Wright. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Third personal foul.
Well, if we want to talk about Derek White for a moment, he's become such an effective defender, Greg.
Yeah, BA, he's got a great mix of awareness and ability. Just an exceptional quickness that allows him to be a disruptor at that end.
The first free throw is good.
If they keep hitting free throws at this clip, it'll help them seal the deal.
White hits them both.
I think the thing that's most striking about Derek White, guys, he's capable of affecting games in so many ways. Yes, he can score it. Excellent passer and a very versatile cross-positional defender. A guy who can contribute to a good team.
Now here's Thompson. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game. Here's Hauser. And he's going for the lob. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt. Here's Miller. Shakes off strong D and gets to the bucket for 2 points. Miller's got 8 points in the quarter.
Nice move to get inside and create a good look for himself.
Horford finds White. Here's Hauser. Plenty of room to knock down that one. Hauser's got his first basket.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Timeout call, Houston.
There's just a lot of wide open lanes to the rim here. That'll drive your coach nuts.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
Pritchard's checked in for Boston.
Once again,
A peek now at our rookie leaderboard to see who led the way in steals this past month. And so it's Van Vliet with it. He brings it up for Houston. Right outside. To the wing on the left. Here's G, pounded by Wright. Here's G. Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. Houston has gone 3 of 4 from outside in the second half. Pass to Thompson. Shoots over Tatum. Thompson, no good. Boston's gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Here's G, defended by Thompson. G's shot is good.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Here's Wright. He's got 21. Out to Thompson. The 3. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Yeah, he's really scrambling to keep them in this game. Gotta respect that hustle.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Right on the left side. Van Vliet, the pass to Eason. Six to shoot.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Thompson.
2 minutes.
That doesn't go either for Thompson.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
G's shot is good.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Now here's Wright. You know, his impact on offense has been terrific, scoring just around 20 points a game. And it's Thompson penetrating over Tatum. That one's wide left.
He's missed everything he's taken in this quarter, and it's making it very difficult for them to come back.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not careful there.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're winning by this much with double-digit turnovers.
Kristaps Porzingis, Al Horford, Jaylen Brown.
And here are the Rockets now. Right outside. Pass to Thompson to stop the drought. Not going to go that time. Nice D from Brown.
Boy, it's been a struggle in this quarter, and the team needs more from him. There's no doubt.
Porzingis finds White. Back to Porzingis. Over Van Vliet. Porzingis misses. Houston has gotten 3 of 6 threes to fall in the third quarter. And it's Eason penetrating. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Yeah, surprised he doesn't have more shot attempts. He's been accurate. You'd think he'd want to take control now with them behind.
Here's Pritchard. He's averaging almost 5 points a game.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
And here's Wright. And Porzingis with the block. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. There's 14 seconds left in the third quarter here. And that one's good. Wright's got 9 points now in the quarter.
You love guys who can adapt to the situation. Nice reverse lay-in, avoiding the block shot.
Pritchard, no good. And so it's Boston ending the quarter with a 20-point edge. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. We'll be back in a moment. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
And just a selfless decision from your two-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
How about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So the Rockets 5 now. They've got Thompson. Miller is out there with Steven Adams. Then it's Dylan Brooks. And it's Van Vliet in at the point. Horford can't hit.
Terrific rim protection, impacting the shot.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Here's Miller. Shoots over Horford. Miller can't get it to go. And the Celtics shooting an efficient 64%. Excellent. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Just fundamental basketball. Kristaps Porzingis. Establish yourself inside and finish with the jam.
And he lobs it up. And he dunks it down.
Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end. But right now, the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
Here's Pritchard, guarded by Van Vliet. Porzingis for three. They get the rebound. Can't get it to drop. Well, Houston's shooting 47% in this one. Looking efficient. White against Brooks. And Grant, in league news, how about your former coach? Coach K taking on an advisory role with the NBA.
Well, B.A., tremendous experience and leadership from that man. 4 decades at the college level, the men's national team. I mean, the league recruiting a blue chipper if there ever was one.
No problems knocking that one down.
Well, the incredible shooting touch of Al Horford. He added that range game during his time in Atlanta.
Brooks outside. Fires the three. Boston with a rebound. Horford's got his 6th rebound on the night. Brown against Thompson. Knocks it loose. Horford passes to White. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Exactly what good offensive players do. Lean into that defender. A level of physicality puts you at the free throw line.
Derek White at the line for 2 shots.
That's good from White. The Celtics making a switch here. And that's good as he hits both shots. With so many recent #1 picks and MVP winners being foreign-born players, Doris, the NBA truly feels like a global sport.
It's wonderful, B.A., because when I think back historically, wouldn't NBA fans have loved the opportunity to have seen Arvydas Sabonis in his prime? He spent decades toiling over in the European leagues and was a dominant figure in the sport. But the idea that you can now get Luka Doncic or Mr. Wembanyama at such an early age and watch them unfold their NBA careers, it is fabulous.
Here's Van Vliet after the basket by Boston. Shot to stop the run. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's on Drew Holiday.
Well, strength and savvy make Fred VanVleet a tough guy to deal with inside. Gets the contact.
First one falls. You know, when it comes to Fred VanVleet, he's clearly someone not afraid of the moment, Doris.
B.A., he relishes the opportunity to make big shots in the clutch, and the guy has got this steady temperament that allows his teammates to trust him.
Both free throws good from VanVleet. Back in 2020, you were in the Orlando bubble, Doris, called the NBA Finals. What was that experience like?
It was the most unusual circumstance I've ever been put in the game of basketball. I hate the idea that people call it the, quote, bubble title. Please know that that was grueling to have been away from your family for several months at a time in the most unusual of circumstances. But here's what I know unequivocally. I hope we never go back.
He's taking what he can get here, has a 3 in each half.
Holiday passes to Horford. Pass to White. Out to Horford. There's the triple. Buries it from 3.
And when it comes to the 3, they've been really dialed in here in the second half.
Houston has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Now VanVleet. And he lobs it up to the rim. And the lob disrupted. Not to be. Holiday passes to G. Yep, count it. G's got 45 points.
They are trying to close this out strong, and he's the man who's put you in this position.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Adjustments are a part of every game and every quarter of a game. I think Coach sees something here.
Well, this is a chess match. Looking ahead a few moves and trying to execute toward that.
VanVleet with it. And this season, new post tracking technology introduced. 12 cameras following the action with more fidelity than ever, Doris.
Well, Big Brother is clearly watching, B.A. I guess it's called the Hawkeye system, and it has a...
Oh, wow! Incredible! And this is something he does all too well. Great position for the putback there.
And I like how he doesn't think twice about passing it out. Just going right for the slam.
No reason to do so there. He was going to leave no doubt.
Pass to Thompson. Just 5 to shoot. From 18 feet away. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Second personal foul.
And what I like about Thompson, along with the high-level athleticism, he has a high-level feel for the game.
At the line for 2.
And he knocks down the first one. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Doris, the league has always been invested in the G League. A few years in now with two-way contracts, it's been a success as well.
There's no doubt about that, B.A. Here's why it's important. For stretches of the season, you can bring those G League players up, and they can get real opportunities on an NBA roster and at NBA-level competition. But on the moments where there aren't those opportunities, they can go to the G League and get incredible experience in the system, understanding what the operations of the team are. It's great for both players and teams.
Here's Brooks. Oh, persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Brooks has got his first points of the game. Brooks against White. A strong finish under heavy pressure from the D.
That's all about determination from Derek White. Doesn't let the contact deter him.
Van Vliet against Holiday. Van Vliet, the pass to Adams. Shot clock at 6. Brooks. The kick out to Van Vliet. Takes a 3. Another 3 from Houston.
Boy, it's going to take more than that to shut down Fred Van Vliet. This guy too tough, able to make contested shots.
Here's Holiday. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That's on Steven Adams.
Almost converts despite the contact.
And Doris, for the first time in league history, players can now own minority shares in NBA and WNBA teams.
And B.A., obviously, this is groundbreaking in terms of the context of American sports. No other league allows for this. I am really excited to see how it plays out.
First one falls for him.
You know, one thing you got to love about Jrue Holiday is he's a true two-way player in this league. He puts in a lot of work to make a big impact on both sides of the floor.
Holiday hits them both. Houston has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Van Vliet, the pass to Smith. And here is Green from behind the arc. Horford pulls it in. Here's G. Green covering. Here's G. Nails the baby hook. G's got 49 in the game.
Well, you love that they've been able to rely on him time and time again. You love the effort here late.
Pass to Green. Launches a 3. The rebound, Celtics. Horford's got 8 rebounds in the game. Back to Holiday. Horford outside. Green against Tatum. White for 3. Hits the trifecta.
Yeah, on the catch and shoot game, Derek White very assertive, ready to react.
Van Vliet outside. Pass to Miller. Over Tatum. Nice follow through on the fadeaway. Miller's got 15 points in just the second half.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Now here's Van Vliet. Here's Miller. Shoots over Tatum. Miller can't get it to go.
And that's where you want to make the next pass. This guy is a good scorer, but the defense was right on him.
And the Celtics another 3.
So good at exploiting where the defense is. Jason Tatum in the pull-up. Man, that's good.
Outside, Green. Pass to Miller. Releases. It's hauled in by White.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Fades away. Ooh, nice shot by Miller. Miller's got 9 points in the quarter.
Well, we know that Fred VanVleet can be relied upon to find the open man. This guy's so consistently good at it.
Pass to Tatum. And it falls all over the rim and in. Tatum's got 24. Houston has gone 2 of 6 so far in the fourth. VanVleet, the pass to Smith. Here's Miller. Plenty of space. Good on the bucket.
I'll tell you, despite this guy's strong play in this period, they're still behind. Someone else has got to step up.
Right side Tatum. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
Outside, Green. Pass to Miller. Back to Green. White with the steal. And here's Tatum. Grant, you had an incredible career. 2-time college champ, 7-time All-Star. But tell me where owner ranks in your career resume.
You know, B.A., it's very fascinating. The main reason I wanted to open the door for other ex-players to get equity in teams. I do believe ownership should involve ex-players and listen to us. You know, and I think that is where the league is ultimately heading.
Knocks it down from distance. He's got 24.
Scoring is Jalen Green's top skill. I mean, he can pile up the points in a hurry.
It's stolen by Green. Shoots over White. And it's Green missing.
And just not allowing the shooter to get comfortable from mid-range.
Well, he sees the play developing, takes care of his responsibility. Just terrific job defensively.
Pass to White. 4-3. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Tatum's got his third assist of the night.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Celtics.
I'd say the rim protection really turned things around in their favor.
Yeah, their defensive rotations have been superb. They've been trying to challenge every shot. I love their effort.
And they increased their win total to 29.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for G.
Boy, his defense is what stood out to me. There was a no-fly zone around this guy all night. He contested every shot in his area and sent a few back.
Ooh, nice shot by Miller.
Boy, I don't think he'll get a screen assist for that pick, but they get the points, and that's all that matters.
Pass to G. Goes up at the elbow. Rockets with a rebound. Smith passes to Şengün. Down low. Ooh, rejected by Horford.
Well, this guy is a consistent shot block threat. Out Horford twice on the pipes.
Smith against Holiday. So it's Boston easily grabbing this one. We saw two different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just was lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks, guys. Drew, this team is winning games. What's coming together for this group right now?
Honestly, I think it's a feel. I think it's the comfortability with each other. I think it's the chemistry on the court. And from there, as chemistry builds, you build confidence. And, man, it's fun to play,
I do. I hope it continues to build. It's been fun to watch. Thanks, Drew.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, I'm Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in. So long, everyone.